We model the patterns of our observations as the laws of physics, but the laws of physics have no inherent existence except as the patterns of this universal mental act. So the laws of physics that we observe are singularly attached to our own perception of said reality. They believe as life continues to grow and complexify, it will have an effect on the unitary consciousness that constitutes the universe. As life proliferates and complexifies, it will cause it to attain higher cognitive functions and eventually reach self-awareness. Interesting. So, now we're talking about new stuff here. Now he's saying that this apotheosis, this critical mass that we attained through accelerating our complexity genetically and inherently attracting more of this consciousness, that when it reaches that level, the universe or this unified field will become conscious of itself. Ugh. They believe that the universe is already blindly striving towards self-awareness and complexity, and they move it along, so to speak. This is their goal, and it's presumably why they're here on Earth. They are guiding the development of life on this planet to help serve this end. That is so dark and almost dreadful, but so interesting that we are part of this living organism that is all, but itself is behaving erratically and is slowly, through our understanding of the universe and our growing complexity of consciousness, it is also learning and growing and feeding off of our experience. So we are it expressing itself, but it is us due to those expressions. I have no clue why they are so motivated to move toward this goal or what the actual implications would be if they succeeded. It also leads to other questions. If any of this is true, time itself is merely a construct created by this unitary consciousness. So how could it change and develop? How does this universal consciousness fragment into individual minds, and what relationship does this have to biology and the origin of life? They are not afraid of dying because they believe that death is just a process where individuality breaks down and the mind unloops and becomes reintegrated into the unitary consciousness. They believe that memories and life experiences are reabsorbed into the consciousness during this process. Perhaps this is the mechanism that allows it to develop, as we just talked about. Whether or not this is true, it seemed to bring them a lot of peace during their tormented final moments. Even in death, they served their purpose. Wow, so I see how this can be conflated as almost a religion, that they seek to, just to sort of amplify this universal field of consciousness, and that they've played their part in sort of mining consciousness. Their philosophy shapes the way their society is organized in profound ways. They have intentionally designed their technology in a way that integrates the mind and obscures individuality. They do not fear death, and even embrace it when they have fulfilled their purpose. They have a positive attitude toward living organisms and ecosystems, because the flourishing of life is integral to them achieving their goals. However, they do not respect individuality, and they see individuals, including themselves and species, as expendable in the service of their goals. In the interviews, they voiced concern with the impact that humanity is having on life on this planet, but also see us as a step in a process of complexification. They are definitely monitoring how life is developing on this planet, and it is very probable that they are subtly manipulating it to serve their goals. The similarity between their biology and ours makes me wonder whether they seeded Earth with life to begin with. Maybe this planet has been their project from the beginning. A theory that I've kept close to my, close to my heart for a very long time. I do believe that that is a good hypothesis, and that if they were to do this with the technology that they have available to them, if they are not from this Earth, then they are also doing this on perhaps an uncountable amount of planets. But if they are indeed crypto-terrestrial or from Earth, then maybe we are the only, experimentation. I don't buy it. I don't buy the idea that they would make themselves this way. I do buy the idea that they were programmed.
The massive windows of Unity Point Space Station show the endless dark of space, dotted with countless stars. Inside the Grand Council chamber, Ambassador James Walker stood tall, his gray suit neat and simple compared to the colorful robes of the alien representatives around him. "We will not accept these terms," he said quietly. His words carried across the chamber, causing several alien representatives to shift uncomfortably in their seats. The council head, a tall blue-skinned being called Representative Smith, leaned forward. "Ambassador Walker, surely you understand our concerns. Humanity's ray of advancement is unprecedented. The council must ensure stability." Walker looked around the circular chamber. 12 alien species watched him with different types of eyes, some large and black, others compound and reflective, a few glowing with inner light. He had spent 3 years in this chamber, trying to make them understand. Today would be different. 3 years ago, Walker began, "We came to you with proof that the drift, the dead zone at the edge of our galaxy, was expanding. We showed you our research on how to stop it. You ignored us." A ripple of muttering spread through the chamber. The drift was a sore topic. 2 years ago, Walker continued, "We offered to share our gravity manipulation technology with all council species. You refused, saying it would upset the balance of power. That technology could have prevented the mining accident that killed thousands on Proxima Beta last month." Several representatives looked down at their desks. The mining disaster was still fresh in everyone's minds. 1 year ago, we warned you about the star in Sector 7 showing signs of instability. You dismissed our findings. 3 months ago, that star went supernova. 2 colony worlds had to be evacuated with barely enough time. Walker paused, letting his words sink in. He could see the council's security drone